Buongiorno.
Ciao.
Tutto bene?
Sì, grazie, Linda. Come va? The story of Sweet Pizza is about the Italian community in Wales. People don't realise maybe that the Italians began arriving in South Wales from the late 19th century all the way through the 20th century. They came mainly because of the mining industry in South Wales, but when they came, they opened cafes, and these Italian cafes became an integral part of small towns all over the Welsh valleys. And so the story is about one of those cafes in the present day. The central character is called Joe, and his mother, who's the owner of the cafe, is a bit fed up of it. She thinks there's not enough trade, the cafe's seen its day, and so she wants to sell. But Joe finds out about the history of his grandfather and the history of his great-grandfather who started the cafe in 1929. And when he finds out about that history, he wants to save the cafe. So it's all about the parallel between the history of the cafe during World War II and the present-day history of the cafe, where it needs a revival. No. What that newspaper article didn't explain was why Italians came to Wales in particular. He pressed the record button on the tape recorder. The Italians were everywhere, Joe, all over South Wales, said Nonno. They came because South Wales had enough coal to supply the world. They just needed to get it out the ground. They came for the work, but where there's work, people want to eat. So they also came to feed people. And when they had enough money, they opened cafes. That's what Papa did before I was born. My parents came to South Wales in 1950. My father was a miner. My mother followed 6 months later, and so I grew up in an Italian family, so we spoke Italian at home, and I grew up listening to opera and eating Italian food. So it became my heritage. But strangely, I feel more Welsh. When I decided to write the book, I thought it would be a great way of talking about my heritage, my mixed heritage of being brought up in Wales, but having parents that were Italian, immigrants to the Welsh valleys. The phone rang. Hello, is that Joe? Yes. Gelato Joe, it's Mimi speaking. Joe was irritated and wished he hadn't sent her the email. Oh, hello. I got your message, said Mimi. Poor Nonno, he's terrible. Mam appeared. Who is it? Mimi from Italy. She's coming. Coming! Mam's eyes opened wide. What? Here? Before Joe could say anything, he smelled burning. Dinner was ruined. I won the Tir Na-nOg with my previous book, Cowgirl, and that was a great privilege. It's the award for the best English language book set in Wales. And because both my books are set in Wales, it's an award that's very close to my heart, and it raises the profile of the book. And as a writer, all you want to do is communicate to the readers, communicate a story and communicate themes. And the fact that the story is about immigration and what that means for a community and how a community can come together and work together. And it binds a community rather than breaks up a community.